What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new commentary video. So, as you may hear, the quality's a bit different today, and that's because I'm actually sitting in studio today using a Shure SM7B in front of my face, and we're here in professional sound equipment area. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to try this out today to see what you guys think, see if it sounds any better. If you guys are interested, we'll keep doing it. But anyways, in the background, as you may notice, we got some BO6 gameplay in the background. I've been playing a ton of it. The game's only been out 4 days, and I'm already sitting at over a day played. So yeah, it's a little absurd at how much I've been enjoying the game. The background gameplay is us playing some zombies. This was our Easter egg run. As you can see, we completed the Easter egg, so we're just kind of chilling, going for a high run and stuff. Anyways, let's get right into this. So today we got a question here about self-doubt and imposter syndrome. So I'm gonna go ahead and read that. What's going on, Hunter? I've been enjoying the commentary videos a lot, and I had a really fast question for you. Lately, I've really been feeling like I have felt like an imposter in my own skin. Recently, I got accepted into a pretty big university, and I've been going there for about a semester now. Alongside that, I have a pretty good job, and I feel like at times that I don't deserve this. I feel like at times I'm not as good as some people think that I may be, and that I'm not achieving the goals that some people want me to achieve. Just curious if you've been through some self-doubt and what you recommend doing about this. Yeah, so I'm going to say this right off the bat. I have experienced quite a bit of self-doubt and sort of imposter syndrome. I don't like doing this all the time, but I'm going to compare this channel a little bit. And the main thing that I'm going to tell you is that all the time I kind of feel like I'm some sort of imposter or some sort of person that doesn't deserve this. And I've talked about this a lot. I started this series not knowing it was going to be what it is. I started this series thinking that it might go on for 3 weeks and nobody gives a shit about it. That's not what it is. It's a series that has gone on for over a year at this point. I've created a lot of great work doing it. And a lot of the time, I kind of have to stop and tell myself, like, you deserve this. You've worked really hard for many years at this point, and you are doing great. And you need to remind yourself of that. And I'm going to tell you that too, is that a lot of people have this idea that they are given a position of power, or they are given sort of a great opportunity, not because of their own skill, but because of luck, and that they don't deserve this. And that's a normal thing to feel, but the reality is that you're there for a reason. And reading your message here, when you say that you go to a pretty important school, you had to work hard to get there. That wasn't something that you just thought about one day and said, fuck it, I'm gonna go there. Like, you dedicated part of your life to this. You dedicated 4 years to go there. And you chose something to study that you are passionate about, because that's what a lot of these schools are about. These very important schools that are hard to get into, is that a lot of the time their majors and degrees go on to do very important things. They're very technical things. And I think that's something that some people forget about. And I think that it's normal, because especially in our current society that we live in and that you live in, is that we are conditioned to think that we need to always be doing better. But I think that it's important to remember too, is that a lot of the times you're doing better in general than a lot of people are. And, you know, I've talked about this, is that I think that it's important to remember that as long as you are putting in effort, you are striving and improving yourself every single day. Because I talked about this last week, is that a lot of people don't make any efforts. A lot of the times they don't know what they're doing. A lot of the times they don't know their goals. And you, my friend, know. You, my friend, are currently chasing those goals. You, my friend, have already made it a semester into college. And some people I know didn't even do that. But for you, right? You had this goal that you want to do something big. You want to do something great. And you fucking did it, dude. Like, I know that you're only one semester in, but that's part of the battle. Like, truthfully, just starting this journey is a really important and big step that you are taking. And I think that you are achieving that. And you need to give yourself some credit. And on top of that, a lot of people, when they get their first big boy job, as I'm going to call it, don't really feel like they deserve it. But the thing is that you were put in this position for a reason. And I have no clue what position this is or where you're at, but it doesn't matter. But the thing is that you have two major things going right now. You have your great school, and then you have your great job. Those are the two things I want to focus on for a second. You're getting this job for a reason. You're getting this job because somebody saw something in you that you deserve this position. And you need to fucking remind yourself of that, dog. When I was 18, starting college, I didn't have those opportunities. It's not just luck. At this point, somebody is seeing something in you and you are doing great. And I think where this is really coming into is this idea of sort of like beating yourself up. And especially if you were somebody that was pushed, and I'm going to assume this, as you are somebody that goes to a very good school, I'm going to assume that you were sort of pushed into this throughout your whole life. When these people get pushed into these things, sometimes it's not their choice. Sometimes it's not what they want to do. With that comes the idea that they are never good enough, because their whole life at this point has been dedicated to sort of improving, learning, and growing into what other people wanted for them. while that's tough to understand, you're doing pretty good at it. And I think that it's tough for people to realize that, is that sometimes, even if this wasn't what you originally envisioned for yourself, or it wasn't necessarily something that you were striving for, you're getting there. And I think that a lot of people sort of have this idea where they are never going to be good enough, especially these people that have been pushed into these ideas of that you need to do great things, you need to be a lawyer, you need to be a doctor, you need to be these things. Right now, you're impressing people. You're impressing your parents right now, because on average, you're doing better than the average 18-year-old, and you're doing really good at it. And I'm proud of you for that. And what I'm going to tell you is I want you to write the top 3 things that you are proud about yourself for. And there's obviously going to be 3 things. I want you to write those 3 things down and just remind yourself of them. Because once you can just find 3 things, you can kind of focus on those 3 things in your life that you're proud of or you're happy with or anything like that. You can expand off of those things, man. For me, I constantly do this. I constantly update that list. It's beyond 3 things at this point, but that's how I started. I started by writing down 3 things that I'm proud of myself for. And then from there, you can focus on those things. You can even improve them even more. Work towards those things even fucking more. So I'm just going to give you 3 that I notice, and I don't know you, but by this tiny message that you sent me, I'm going to give you 3. Number 1 is I'm going to give you your work ethic, your smarts, and your drive. Those are going to be the 3 that I'm going to give you. I'm going to give you all 3 of these things, mainly because of school, but also because of work, because it takes hard work ethic to get into a tough school. You need to be smart and you need to have some sort of drive. It's one of those things where it's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take 4 years of working. It's going to take AP classes. It's going to take late nights of studying. I want everybody to do that, is write down 3 things that you're happy with right now. Once you have those 3 things, you can think about those things. You can put them on a note card. You can put them on your phone, somewhere that you can look at them relatively constantly to remind yourself. Because I still struggle with self-doubt a lot. I still struggle with the fact, am I good at this? Am I a good editor? Am I a good writer? These are some of the things that I struggle with all the time is, am I a good podcaster? Am I a good writer? And am I a good editor? Those are the 3 main things that I struggle with, right? But then ironically enough, it's the 3 things that I have down on my list that I think that I'm really good at. And when you're in a better mood, you're going to be more likely to be able to write down these things that you're proud of. And that was the thing for me, is like 6 months ago, I wrote down these things during a period where I was kind of questioning what I was doing here. And I was questioning, am I doing good enough? And once you write down those 3 things, when you feel that way, look at them. Look at them and look at the nice things that you wrote about yourself. And remind yourself that you are that person. Because the thing is that in a lot of cases, these people need validation. And you can't ask for validation, but you can give yourself validation. And just look at that GPA. Look at that GPA that you had in high school. That's a good thing too, is keeping those things that sort of remind you of why you're good at those things. So don't be afraid to have a screenshot or even a hard copy. So you're able to basically reflect on things that you are struggling with personally. And you can just kind of remind yourself like, hey, look, I wrote down these things because I'm very specifically proud of what I've been able to do over the last 4 years of my life. Basically what I've been able to create, what I've been able to do with my life, all these different things. Because when we decide that we write down things and we decide that we're going to focus and we're going to obsess over these things, we're going to improve on them. And the issue is that sometimes when you harp on something or you put too much emphasis on something, you're not able to overall improve. And you're at that point in your life where this is going to be the biggest improvement in your life and the biggest changes in your life, I would say personally. So you need to be able to find those things, but you can't do it if you have these other issues that are in your way. So I would really recommend writing those things down and just reminding yourself of those things sometimes, because everybody needs to sometimes, and just kind of reflect and tell themselves, you know what, I'm proud of where I'm at and I'm proud of who I am currently. And I think that's a really important factor that we need to keep in mind as humans sometimes. Anyways, man, I hope that this video helped, and I look forward to hearing what you do with your future, man. I think that you're going to do great things, and I want to remind you that it's not luck, it's about what you've done in your life. And I think that you kind of know that deep down. You just need to find that in yourself. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. Once again, thank you all so much for clicking on this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, press the like button, and also leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me what you didn't like about the video. That would be helpful. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a good rest of your day, and peace.
Hard game? Question mark.
Guys, I don't think we're making it out.
We fucked it up, guys. We gotta do it all again. We fucked up the egg. Gotta do it again.